as if the offensive line playing as well as they didn't surprise you enough. The best offensive lineman on that football field Sunday for the Houston Texans, Ron? Kenyan Green.
You said you was impressed now. It was better than what you thought.
Oh, better than what I thought. Hell, it was significantly better than what I thought. And I'll be honest with you, hell, I've thought highly of it. I mean, I've been drawn to tears about the path the man's taken about rebuilding his body and trying to relay how difficult it is for a big guy to do that. So I expected him to play well.
And this isn't on a curve, you're saying,
no.
Right? This isn't on the, hey, Kenyon just coming back, his first game.
No.
This
if
is
you
good.
take the name off the back,
like
Ron,
he was better than Shaq Mason.
Yes, yeah, without a doubt.
He was better than Titus Howard.
Yeah, yes, without a doubt. Now, that's tackles versus guards is a hard comp,
saying,
right?
You
but
said
yes,
the best offensive lineman.
Yes. When you talk about what he at guard is asked to do, I think there were weak moments and mistakes made by both tackles, and I'm not even talking about the penalties, but you can throw that in there as well. There were situations where, leaving double teams too early by the tackles, or not handling a twist up front by the tackles. There were just some moments in there. Shaq Mason as an interior guard, there was I believe it ended up being a sack. Shaq Mason didn't pass off I think it was a tackle stunt, and gave up a sack. And I'm not being critical of those guys. I'm just telling you that everybody across the board, other than Kenyan Green, unless in the fourth quarter he blows up, then he's the best offensive lineman in that game. With Juice Scruggs left him. He hung him out to dry one time and left him, and I think it gave away an immediate pressure because they brought 3 weak, and Juice Scruggs went strong for some reason. So Laramie got a guy, and Kenyon got a guy, and the third guy came free. So that appeared to be on Juice, not Kenyon. Yeah, Ron. I mean, if you take the name and you take the number off the jersey, and you just watch this film, the first guy that you say, and you do it multiple times, by the way, the first guy that you look at the guy next to you say, hey, man, who is that? Who is that playing guard?
Who is that?
You're not asking about the tackles. You're not asking about the right guy. Hey, who is playing left guard right now? Damn, that was good. And then you get to watching him, and it's like, damn, he's got good feet. And then you watch him, it's like, he's not just blocking well in the run game, Ron. He's road grading folks.
Yeah, he's demolishing people. What people thought he would be coming out of A&M.
You know, I think it's the first run of the game ended up being like maybe a 3 or 4 yard gain. And it's the one where Big Boy, what's Big Boy's name in the middle? Buckner. Buckner made the tackle like it was. And I remember when it happened, it was weird because, like, why was Buckner that far in the backfield? Did he stunt? Was he playing linebacker? Like, what the hell was that? Him and Laramie, Kenyon and Laramie doubled him and then both let him go. And I think it was Laramie let him go. It's why
he was going to go to the second level.
But when I say, it was one where Kenyon had him initially, and it was the guards got him, and the tackle's supposed to take him over, and the guard was going to go up to the next level, right? Well, they both went to the next level, so they screwed that up. But the initial push of the 3 to 4 yards was Kenyon kicking his ass. I mean, it was, and it wasn't just that. The play that somebody posted on YouTube the other day where Kenyon got to the second level and
he
just
passed off on Buckner and then
got up to 32.
Yeah.
Guess what? There's a very similar play where he got up on Zaire Franklin, the linebacker that was talking that trash to CJ. He didn't take him to the ground, but he got up and gave him his business. I mean, I'll tell you this. And again, I want to preface it by saying the fourth quarter may blow up on me now, but you know who the second best lineman was? Most impressive?
Juice?
No doubt. No doubt.
The two guys that
played the most in the preseason.
And the question was.
Yep. I mean, Ron, I'm telling you, they when you talk about, I don't know about how you watch film, but when I watch film, it's like I really don't expect unless I'm watching Trent Williams, I really don't expect my tackles to just be real nasty, dirty, physical maulers. Like, I just don't. If you find one, I love it. Now, don't get me wrong, but like I just don't. I don't expect that. I absolutely 100% expect it from my interior offensive linemen, and all three of our interior offensive linemen had plays where they were just, absolute dogs in the middle. And I mean, I never would have thought that I'd be sitting here talking about Kenyon Green being the best. I'm telling you.
Not game one.
I'm telling you, not game one, man. I'm anxious to see. I don't know. I have to ask Bajani or Creighton, one of the advanced stat guys. But I'd be interested to see if they post grades anywhere. I'd be willing to bet you right now.
I'm sure PFF did.
I'd be willing to bet you right now that Kenyon's the top graded lineman.
Especially in a day where they were, to me, the number one. I think they were the number one reason the team won.
Absolutely.
And to think that they were the number one reason that their team won in putting up 29 points, and Kenyon Green was the best from your vantage point is a huge step.
Yeah.
We said he's passed every single step that he's had to pass since, OTAs, mandatory minicamp, all of that. And now it has paid off, and he's looking good on the field.
Ron, whether you're talking about knowing your assignment and executing it, you're talking about pass protection, holding your ground so the quarterback has somewhere to push up in the pocket, or we're talking about the run game where you're not just working a double team, but you are driving a defensive tackle 2, 3, 4 yards deep and allowing the tackle to take over. And then you're showing athletic ability to get to that next defender, whether it's a linebacker or a safety. And then on top of that, you're showing the ability to finish violently. You're showing that level of dog that everybody hoped that you would have been when you got drafted. This Kenyon Green that we saw Sunday is absolutely worth taking in the first round. This Kenyon Green that we saw Sunday, again, you take the numbers and the names off of it, that is the guy that you point to and you want to know who the hell that is. That's the guy you point to and you say, that's the tone setter on this offensive line. That guy right, you better run it off the left guard's ass because that guy right there means business. That's how violent, how physical, and how impressive Kenyon Green was Sunday against the Colts. Can he do it for 17-18? I don't know. But on Sunday versus the Colts, he was the best Texans offensive lineman on the field. He's
got to be gaining confidence off of that performance, especially, at times, as you said, manhandling Buckner like he did. That's got to give him major, major confidence moving forward.
Absolutely. The other thing, real quick, I just stroked the hell out of Kenyon Green, so this is going to be a little bit of a buzzkill, but Will Anderson, Ron, I'm going to tell you, maybe it's just that we've had an off season and I've been watching preseason football and I've been watching training camp. And this ain't nothing that we don't already know about Will Anderson, but it was showcased in a big way. He is a MFing problem, bro.
Kid is a freaking baller.
In a good way,
He is. I'm going to tell you this. Just watching that game, if I'm an offensive coordinator, if I'm an offensive line coach, if I'm an O lineman in this league, if I'm a tackle, I'd rather try to block Danielle Hunter. Like in terms, I don't know. I'm not saying I would have more success against Danielle Hunter,
but physically, you putting in work.
Physically, in a game,
you go soak in the tub after.
Bro, we've all had this guy. We've all had this guy, right?
Rick Casey.
The guy at practice that just has such a high motor that late in practice you're like, come on, man, we're just trying to get to the house.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like you're just like, come on, man.
You can't play. I only play one way.
That's what Will Anderson looks like in a game. It looks like everybody else is practicing and just trying to hang on, and he is just, killing folks. And it's like, it's not even. I looked up one time on the film and I just paused the film, Ron, and it looked like there were 3 people trying to tackle him. There was a guard, a tackle, and I don't know if it's a tight end or a running back. They literally were all, and it's just so violent and so nonstop that it's just like, if you're a tackle, it's got, I don't want to block this guy for 4 quarters. If I got to block him once or twice, cool, I'm fine with that. But if he's going to be on my side the whole game, give me Danielle Hunter. I'll go over here and get my ass beat on a pass rush a couple times and give up a couple sacks before I want to deal with this. Yeah, he is. I don't know what the pass rush is ever going to look like because there was nothing in there that I was like, man, you can see where he's, and I don't know that we'll ever see that. But, the thing about him was that the pass rush skill set wasn't necessarily polished. I don't know that in this film you can really see anywhere where you're like, boy, he's gotten better in that pass rush. But I'm going to tell you, the high motor, the violent, high level of physicality, Will Anderson is real, and he's back. And that little old ankle injury that he was nursing for felt like 6 months in training camp, it didn't seem to bother him one bit. It may be sore today. Hell, he may have been on a snap count because of it. I don't know. But man, I'm telling you, he is an absolute monster, and it is nonstop. I don't know where the dude gets the energy.
Yeah, better get ready every time you face him.